FM, AM 1230, WBVP 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM, WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Rush Hour is just getting started on Beaver County Radio. It's time for Driving in the Fastlane with Frank Sparks. It's the show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There will be guests, and Noah Haswell will have the news of the top and bottom of each hour. You're in the Fastlane. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
Hey, good morning and welcome in on this Tuesday morning. It is Driving in the Fastlane, and today we're going to start out talking about Big Brothers and Big Sisters Beaver County, and we're also going to be visiting with Michael from Lou Ann's. Since he was supposed to come in at 9, he's just going to come in at 11 since he's not available. And then we're going to talk about the cone, of course. Unfortunately, it didn't work last night. And, later on we'll know it's here. I'm obviously got to gloat a little bit after, my bracket won last night and my Wolverines won the national title. So we have to kind of gloat about that today as well. But starting out here at the beginning of the day today, we were visiting with Rachel Crisci, and she's the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters Beaver County. Good morning, Rachel.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Do you watch basketball?
No.
No, okay. Well, last night we've been having throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
We've been having a little bit of competition because Michigan's always my favorite team, has been for years. So I've been riding them, and Michigan won the title last night. So as you see, I'm repping today. Yeah. So
I've done a bracket the last 2 years.
Okay.
Did not do a bracket this year. But my girlfriends, to pass the time, and we don't know what we're talking about, so we just pick teams and see who wins. That's actually
usually probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't do it this year.
Not knowing the team, because never know who's going to. I mean, it's that time of year. So
right.
All right. Well, Rachel, tell everybody a little bit about Big Brothers and Big Sisters Beaver County.
Yeah, so thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I love coming here, and I love hearing the news live, while I'm sitting in the same room. I think I say that every time I'm here. I'm fascinated by it. But no, Big Brothers Big Sisters Beaver County, we've been in the county operating as a 501c3 agency since 1975. Celebrated our 50th anniversary last year. So we're, rocking and rolling. And the reason why I'm here is because we did get an award.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, from Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. So we got a growth award.
What's that mean?
And that means that we have growth in our programs.
Okay.
Right. That's just the basics of it. And I'm very proud of it because my staff and I, mainly my staff, because they are the ones out in the school districts and working in the community every day. And they have, with the ups and the downs after COVID and everything, we have had steady numbers since I came to be the executive director in 2023. We've had steady numbers. So the fact that we finally have, all the hard work and my staff, the consistency, and just finally have something good to show from all, just doing the day in and day out. It's very rewarding to be recognized from Big Brothers Big Sisters of America because they are, we are affiliated with them. There are 230 independent agencies across the nation, and we are one of those. And common misconceptions are that we are funded by them, and we are not. So we do pay them
to be part of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is backwards from what people believe.
Yeah,
but to be recognized, our reporting and our numbers that we have to give them constantly, it is just a really good feeling. And I am so proud of my staff for hanging in there and doing the work. And things that have switched just in Beaver County. We used to be heavy on our community matches, which are the one-to-one matches between an adult and a young person that they would just go out on their own time. And it's now switched to be we have more matches in the schools.
Okay.
Which that's where we can get our kids. That's where we can access them and provide them with, the mentoring and the stability that they need. And so our numbers have increased, but we have switched from being more in the community to more in the schools. And I'm hoping, to keep that growing.
So what's the age group that Big Brothers Big Sisters serves?
It's a large age group. We serve 6 to 18.
Okay.
You have to be matched in our program before you turn 13.
Okay.
So up until 12, you can be matched, and then they age out. If they are not matched, then they would age out and not be. We have other programs in the schools that they could be a part of, beyond school walls. We have high school littles that go and work or go and be. They're mentored for like workplace career development. We have those programs, but as far as like a one-to-one match in the community, it's 6 to 12 that they have to be matched. And that's just because when they reach that age, 12, 13, unfortunately, they're really no longer interested that much. It's harder to match them. It's harder for them to be excited. The younger kids do better being matched. And then if they are matched, they can stay matched until they're 18 or graduate high school.
Is there a lot of long-standing matches?
Yeah, so the one that just comes to my head, and we have a lot of great, consistent mentors, ones that take 2 littles in the community. Like they have, they just go above and beyond. But one of my stories, just because I know them the best, like I said, I don't talk to them consistently. I'm the executive director.
I got you.
I love talking to them. But Mikey is a little, or was a little, and he was matched with his big brother, Anthony, and they were matched long before I came. Okay. And he went all the way through, graduated high school, and is now going to Geneva College. I think he's a sophomore now. And he's interned for us. And him and his big still keep in contact, even though they're no longer actually matched.
Right.
But it's just become this lifelong match. And he's such a great kid. And he's from Rochester. Okay. And so local boy going to Geneva, and he's doing great. Yeah. So that's the one I got to know the most so far. But there's a lot. And our bigs they go above and beyond. Like I said, some have 2 matches.
That's wild. So how many typically bigs and littles do you service throughout the year?
Throughout the year, our number is like 230 is like total.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. Our matches right now, we hover around 150 matches every year. Like I said, we did have growth in 2025. Yeah, that's why we got the award. But we've seemed to hover around 150. But now with that switch to the school districts increasing so much, and hopefully if we're in 7 out of the 14 school districts in the county. Yeah, and I would love to be in all 14 in one capacity or another. So if I keep infiltrating these schools, then hopefully my numbers will continue to grow. But then there's the topic of budget. So it's kind of, I don't want to go too fast. I want to make sure that we are mindful with how we do grow. That way we can be sustainable.
So where does your funding come from?
Oh, that is the loaded question.
You mean bowling tournaments where the lights go out for a couple hours at a time?
Yes.
Or,
yeah, you were there. Yeah, the lights did go out for
I promise it won't happen here. We're on a generator.
I know. I think I need to invest now because I did not foresee that happening. But
it was a fun night, though. Everybody enjoyed it.
Everyone they were such troopers. Yeah. I was shocked. I thought everyone would just get up and run. And everyone sat down.
Yeah, everybody stayed.
Oh my gosh, it was great. And then the lights came back on, and everyone kept bowling. It was
a good time.
It was so fun. Yeah. So our funding, it's a variety. So, like I said, we don't get national support. I don't have federal funds at the moment. We do state, county, and then it's foundation grants. Small, big, local, not local. I mean, I'm going everywhere for foundation grants, just trying. This is a very hard year. I'm sure I'm not the only nonprofit that has been here talking about how just tumultuous funding is right now, how grants are.
A lot of cutbacks, and unfortunately it's affecting a lot. A lot of cutbacks,
yes. And you can't make those up on events. So yes, we have our events that help fund. We have bowling. We just had bowling. Our golf outing's coming up. So we do still do our events, which are great, but they don't make up, and
Right.
so, individual donations have never been a huge profit for us here in Beaver County, but we're trying really hard to cultivate that group of just daily, monthly, annual donors. But yeah, it's a tough year, but we're trying, to think outside the box and do things a little differently, and see what we can do. Because I'm on the hook. We have to raise our budget every single year to be able to provide these services to the youth of Beaver County.
All right, we're visiting this morning with Rachel Crisci. She is the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Beaver County. And if you want to, if you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to call at 724-843-1888. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more right after this here on Beaver County Radio.
How would you like to have your own credit union office right in your living room? Or maybe next to your desk at work? This is Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to take up residence in your home or start tagging along to work with you. But what I'm talking about is even better. Introducing mobile check deposit from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Think of it this way. When your phone is in your hand, you can deposit checks anytime, anywhere. Stop in and ask for details or download the Freedom United mobile app today and send us a direct message. Think of it as carrying your favorite Freedom United tellers in your pocket, ready to help you deposit checks from the convenience of your mobile device. Now that's what I call getting more freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
It's time to wake up, Beaver Valley, with Pastor David Grove from the Church of the Redeemed of Beaver Valley. Tune in to Beaver County Radio this and every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. It's time to wake up and turn our hearts back to Jesus Christ. So wake up early this Saturday and tune in to Wake Up Beaver Valley from 9 until 10 a.m. right here on Beaver County Radio.
Yankee Trader, Saturday mornings from 10 to noon.
Freedom United Federal Credit Union proudly presents Yankee Trader.
Yankee Trader, buy, sell, or trade.
Yankee Trader is presented by Freedom United Federal Credit Union and in part by Rochester Paving and Seal Coating.
The roar of the NTT IndyCar Series is back.
We see Alex Palou tuck in, coming to pit lane for the final time.
Felix Rosenquist just made a move. He now gets in front of Christian Lundgaard.
The fans come to their feet. Kyle Kirkwood down shoreline for the final time.
I mean, it was absolutely massive.
Listen to the NTT IndyCar Series on the streets of Long Beach, live April 19th.
Hey, it's your radio buddy Jimmy Fallon from Fox Across America, reminding you to listen to my show weekdays from noon to 3 right here on Beaver County Radio. I say it every day. The show is a safe space for cool people. You could be a Republican, you could be a Democrat. Just don't be a jerk. We're not going to cancel anybody. We're not going to chase you out of a restaurant. We like food too much to waste it like that. We're just going to have a grown-up talk about the issues facing the country. Who knows, we might even solve a problem or two. Fox Across America with me, Jimmy Fallon.
95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with WBVP, WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com, invite you to tune in to Sounds of Faith. Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 until 9 for a mix of the best sacred music of all time. Sounds of Faith is brought to you by Crawford Tire and Beaver, the William Murphy Funeral Home, City Rescue Mission, MRS Physical Therapy, Circle of Friends, J&J Spratt Funeral Home, and Rome Monument and Inspirational Gifts. Sounds of Faith, uplifting, relaxing, and inspiring radio. Sunday mornings from 7 until 9 on 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with WBVP, WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.
The new-look Pittsburgh Pirates are ready to make a playoff push after Paul Skeens' Cy Young winning season last year.
Skeens wins again, striking out Shohei Ohtani, and the Dodgers still scoreless against Paul Skeens.
With all the new additions, including Brandon Lau and Marcell Ozuna, you won't want to be anywhere else besides listening to Pirates baseball on 99.3 and 95.7 FM, along with 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. The Young Bucks are poised and ready to make a run at greatness, and Beaver County Radio is your place to tune in and listen all season long. Pirates Baseball on Beaver County Radio is being presented locally by St. Barnabas Health System, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Balcones Moon Township Ford, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, and Beaver County Radio.
You're driving in the fast lane with Frank Sparks on 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP. You can also stream live on beavercountyradio.com.
It is 10:25. Noah Haswell will be in about 5 minutes, and he'll have news for us. Visiting in hour number one with Rachel Crisci. She is the executive director of Big Brother and Big Sisters here in Beaver County. And we were talking a little bit about the programs in the schools. If you want to be a mentor, a big, how do you go about doing something like that?
So visit our website, number one, bcbigs.org. But I do encourage you, follow us on social media. So we did have... our social media was shut down 2 summers ago. It's when Meta, AI got involved and shut a lot of the agencies across the nation down. So we had to get a whole new Facebook page and have our followers come back to us, and we haven't reached that number yet. So I do encourage everyone to follow us, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Beaver County on Facebook. You will get all of the information there, and then from there you can be directed to our website if you want to click and become a big, enroll your child, see what's going on, what events, free. We have summer camps, we have summer bashes, we have our events, our fundraising events, but we do have free events for the kids that are enrolled in our program.
What are some of the things that you look for in somebody to match them as a big?
So that's unique because we have a lot of littles that have different needs. And so we aren't looking for anything in particular. Probably just, the main ones are you have to pass a background check, you have to have a car, and you have to turn your insurance over. We have to know that you have hold insurance, and it's basic things. Now, as far as being matched, we match the bigs and the littles based off of likenesses. So you don't have to come in with crazy criteria.
I gotcha.
You don't have to have any experience. You could, hear me today and say, you know what, I just want to learn more information. And then say that, develops into an interview and you're like, yes, I want to do this. It's 4 hours a month minimum. This is the community. 4 hours a month on your own time. You talk to the parent or guardian to coordinate your days and you pick the activities with your little. So it is based on likenesses. We want this match to last as long as it possibly can. We know that matches close for, unforeseen circumstances, but we do want it to last. So we really try to match based on, the same likes and dislikes and, things like that. There, the interview is extensive. If you're not willing to work with certain things, tell us. We would never want to put you in a match that isn't going to be rewarding and productive for you as well. So as far as criteria, pretty wide open.
Just not a criminal background.
Be a good person.
Be a good person.
Have some time. Have some time that you want to give back. Outgoing, wanting to take your little and do things. But it doesn't require any money. We offer a lot of different free activities. We partner with tickets for kids. You can go to baseball games, NHL games. We get tickets for you for free. So there are a lot. We try to partner with a lot of, locally, we partner with a lot of organizations that you're not coming out of pocket to be a big for us, because that's not the point.
Now, are most bigs, are they like older, retired, or?
We have a
variety.
Yeah, we have like 20s, college students. We have moms and dads, and we have grandparents. That they're looking for something, or it's a teacher, or they have extra time, and it's honestly, I wish I had a smaller. Like a better answer for you.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. I mean, that's good that it's a variety, though, that you're not.
Yeah.
Just,
so
right.
And that's what makes our program work so well, is because there are so many different kids that if the volunteers, it is a concern of ours, like getting the volunteers. We want to recruit and get as many volunteers. The numbers are always low for volunteers. So we want to have these volunteers come out so we can match them with all of these different wonderful kids. But no, as far as criteria, you don't have to check a certain box. Like you said, just don't be a criminal.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, don't,
Well, yeah, well, you're
like
trusting,
you said, be a good
these
person.
parent and guardians are
Right.
trusting you to come pick their child up, drive them in your car, and take them to a place.
So how do you instill that trust, like maybe in the parents for their child to go with
So
the
we
big?
so we do the interviews. We do, once they are in our program and, we're trying to figure out who they're going to be matched with. Then we have separate conversations with the family and the big and say, this is who we have for you. Is this someone that you are, wanting to meet? So then we have what is called a match meeting. They come into a room, they get to talk and play a little, like a game of get to know you. And, at the end of that meeting, they can decide yes, no, they want to move forward with this. And it's honestly, I think the Big Brothers Big Sister name that we vet these bigs so much, and they go through an extensive interview, background checks, and all of that we have to do. Child safety is our number one.
Absolutely.
So I think just coming through our program, the parents are at ease that we do vet these people. And it's not a scary thing. It is extensive. We have to call and check references and, the whole 9 yards. We run, I think, 3 different types of background checks on you. But like I said, that's a part of the game with child safety. And,
right.
We aren't going to just trust.
let them go off.
Yeah, we're not just going to kick you out the door.
Yes, there you go. You two go do something. So, all right, we're visiting this morning with Rachel Crisci. She is the executive director of Big Brothers and Big Sisters here in Beaver County. And we're going to take a short break. Noah's going to do news, and then we'll be back with more right after this here on Beaver County Radio.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester. Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning. On this Tuesday, April 7th of 2026, we will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. The largest part of the barge that broke free from a construction site on the Beaver River is still stuck on the dam near the Eastvale Bridge in Beaver Falls. A smaller piece broke free yesterday morning and is now stuck on top of the dam near the Beaver Falls New Brighton Bridge on the New Brighton side of the river. The barge initially got stuck on Thursday, and according to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, one of its contractors, Fay S&B, has been developing a plan for how to remove the barges from the river. The Turnpike noted that the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority is in charge of the dam structure and will assess any potential damage after the barges are removed. The Aliquippa Police Department was dispatched at approximately 7:18 p.m. yesterday to the area of the 300 block of Superior Avenue Valley Terrace C building for a report of shots fired. When officers arrived, they conducted a thorough canvass of the area. Multiple shell casings were located in front of the Valley Terrace B building during the investigation. No injuries have been reported in connection with this incident, and the investigation into it is still ongoing. Anyone with information about it should call 724-378-8000. The City of Beaver Falls Fire Department was dispatched to Geneva College just before midnight yesterday after security reported smoke from a building and a fire in one of the laboratories of said building. Heavy smoke was reported by the arriving units. The fire was extinguished very quickly, and departments returned about an hour later. Shell Polymers Monaca used their ground flares and elevated flare yesterday due to an offline unit. They will provide an update once this activity is complete. If you have any questions, you can call 844-776-5581. Pennsylvania State Police in Pittsburgh reported via release today that 57-year-old Monique Bratta of Cranberry Township was not charged after causing a single-vehicle crash in Allegheny County on March 20th, 2026. Bratta was driving on I-79 North in Marshall Township when a rock rolled onto the road from a rocky bank which was along the northbound travel lanes. She did not stop in time before hitting it with her vehicle at 6:28 p.m. There were no reported injuries. And Senator John Fetterman recently sent a letter to Department of Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin to request a heightened federal security designation ahead of the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh. Fetterman requested that they would elevate that draft to a Level 2 Special Event Assessment Rating event because of the changing threat environment in the wake of war in Iran.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
We're going to start the day with cloudy skies, but it'll gradually become sunny as the day goes on. It's going to be breezy as well, with wind gusts over 20 miles per hour. We'll reach highs near 42 and drop down to lows of 25. And tomorrow, we can expect to see more sunshine with highs near 60 and lows of 40. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Tuesday, April 7th of 2026 at 36 minutes after 10, we've got a temperature of 33 degrees with fair skies out there currently in Beaver County. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Hot coffee in the morning and Frank Sparks. Now you're in the Fast Lane. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and streaming live on beavercountyradio.com.
It's 10:37 right on the nose here in Beaver County. Visiting with Rachel Crisci this morning. She is the executive director of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Beaver County. And while we were on news, somebody asked the question on social media, have to have a car, why?
Have to have a car. So our community, obviously, if your child is enrolled in the school programs, you do not. The Big does not have to have a car because they are a high school student. We make those programs the last hour of the elementary school day, making it very convenient for the students to participate. But community, we do not provide transportation for our matches in the community. So it is the Big coordinating with the parent or guardian what day they are going to hang out, what activity they're going to do, and that Big will go and pick up the Little. And we have some circumstances where they have meeting spots. So the Big and the parent and guardian will meet in a designated location, and like the Little will get in the Big's car. But the Big does have to have a car for transportation, unless they live right down the street from each other, which probably is not the case. Then yeah, we require a car, and we require to see their auto insurance just because, safety. But that is why, because they have to get to and from their activities that they plan.
So let's talk a little bit about the school program.
Yeah.
That's always been very interesting to me since it first started. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
So our site-based facilitated programs, I'm very proud of them. They have increased in numbers dramatically since I began. It's just been a focus because it is where we can meet these littles. They're in school and we can get to them. And it is we're there once a week during the school year for an hour, which is a lot of time. Mm-hmm. We have a weekly program and it's great. So what we do is we have high school students that mentor elementary school students the last hour of the elementary school day. And we know that these high schoolers have extracurricular activities, and we know that they're, doing their own thing, but we really try to stress that these littles depend on them. They love having a high schooler come over. They love being matched with that student. They look forward to it so much. So it is a very productive program in that sense, because it's like so cool that this high schooler is coming over and spending time with them. They help them with homework. They work on social emotional skills. And then through games, and sometimes we do group activities. If it's a holiday, my staff will do, games or throw like a little party, Valentine's Day or Christmas, or they try to make it exciting, but it is focused, school first. They want any homework done that the teacher sends with them. They have a designated spot like within the school. The school is fully on board, and the schools that we work with are very great. We know that some students don't show up they're absent that day, or they got an early dismissal that day, and we really try to coordinate so the big knows if their student is there or not. Same on the flip side, we want the little to know if their big's going to come and get them. So we really do stress attendance for that program, just because we don't want to let the little down. Like, they do look forward to it so much. But it is to help. We want the kids showing up to school. We want their attendance to get better. We want them to look forward to something. We want their grades, to maintain their grades or improve their grades. So, and then like the social emotional, like I said, confidence. We're building confidence. We want them to be able to talk. And we've had, a couple instances where the little does disclose things to their big that the school should know, or, so we do, like I said, we have a great relationship with all the schools that we work with, and we do report those things when we need to. But no, so I cap it. I have one staff member that does, like, they are in charge of their program at the school. So it's one staff to all these bigs and littles. And so I have to cap it at 25 matches, which is 50 kids for an hour.
Okay.
So that's a lot. Yeah. But these kids are so well behaved.
Are these programs full, or?
Yeah, they're in the 20s.
Okay.
Freedom's maxed out. So if, and I'm in 5 school districts for this program. I'm trying to get into a 6th.
Okay.
So if you are in New Brighton, Beaver Falls, Rochester, Freedom, and Southside, those are my schools that I'm in right now for this. It's site-based facilitated, so it's the last hour of the day for the elementary school student. So that student can get on the bus and go home like normal. We do the high schoolers, they have to have a car or have a parent come pick them up. But they do, like some of our schools, they let them get out of school a little early that day. And the key, though, that we have a little bit of a barrier because they have to be on walkable campuses right now.
Okay.
So like New Brighton, they can walk from the high school to the elementary school easily.
Right.
Southside's the same way. Freedom's the same way. So Beaver Falls. So all of these schools that I'm in have a walkable campus, Rochester. And so I would love to grow my site programs, but it's transportation, and I would have to pay for busing, or I'd have to pay for, it's funding. So like I said, I don't want to grow these programs too quickly to where I can't sustain them. But our numbers in those 5 schools have increased. And I added Beaver Falls a couple years ago. So that was a new school that we added. So yeah, I'm hoping to have a new school for the fall. I don't know if I could say what school yet, but I will keep you posted.
Okay. So how do you encourage, because a high school kid, their life's very busy.
Yeah.
How do you encourage them to be a part of the program?
So we do recruitment, but honestly, it comes from the guidance counselors and the teachers and the school. So if the school is passionate about our program, which the ones that we are in are, and I've honestly had nothing but great experiences working with the school's staff and faculty, but it's coming from the schools, and they have such a good relationship with these students already. And sometimes we run into the same problem, like the same kids are doing the same, like they're volunteering for everything.
Right.
And that was brought up to me recently. It's like, how do we, get new students to come out? We give so if they have like a senior project, or I don't know what they're called, I'm like dating myself. But
we didn't even have those when I was in school.
Okay,
so.
well, I don't know. They're called something different, and it's like all 4 years, I think.
Yeah, you got to do a little bit each year.
Yeah, so like when I was in school, it was just senior year. But we give volunteer hours, so your hour every week counts for volunteer hours, and you get a certificate and from us at the end. So it's like certified. I sign it. Your program coordinator signs it. So that's an incentive to fulfill that volunteer hour number. But honestly, the kids are great, and they look forward to it just as much as the littles do, because they build these bonds, and some of them have been together for 4 years. The whole 4 years.
Do they have relationships are they able to have a relationship outside of this if that's what they want to do? Or?
They can.
Okay.
We do not encourage that at the beginning. We don't, we want this to be in school, monitored by BBBS staff. Like I said, we're very child safety conscious. But some of our matches have come to us, and they're like, can we talk to them over the summer? They don't see each other over the summer talk. Right. So we would just require parent permission, because I'm not giving out any phone number, any address. We don't want them following each other on social media, none of that. So if there is a parent permission and we have those conversations, I'm happy to do one-off, approvals. But it is not something that, we advertise at the beginning. But if they do grow a connection,
you would think after, like you said, some are 4 years long, they would definitely have.
Yeah, so there was a match in Southside, and they asked, could they be transferred to a community match after the big graduates? Because you would have to be 18 and have a car, be able to, and yes, the answer is yes. You could transfer that match from site-based to community, and they can continue on. But again, you would just have to have all the permissions and the, background checks again, and we would go through the whole thing. But the answer is yes. We would want that to continue. I think it would be great. How wonderful is that story if you start as a freshman mentoring a child, and then you continue. Yeah.
And I know, the elementary school kids look forward and look up to the high school kids and know when they're going to come.
Yes.
And so that creates that bond right off the bat.
I remember when I was in elementary school and how cool it was when the high schoolers would come over. Just to see you, or walk through, or pep rallies or whatever. I'm from New Brighton, so there was a lot of that going on, and it was so cool. And now it's like when there's musicals, or when I know that our bigs have a lot going on, we have to prep the littles. We have to say, okay, if you manage, just not the letdown, but if you just manage it, they aren't as disappointed. If I say, okay, make sure that the bigs are telling the littles if they aren't showing up next week, or tell them what's going on. Oh, I have to make up a test. Oh, I have musical practice. Oh, I have this. The littles are less disappointed that way. And so that's how we've been managing it. What's the school's reactions to this program? Like I said, I have nothing but great relationships with them. I think, and how I talk to the schools, it's we want to take things off of your back. These teachers and the faculty and the admin, they have so much going on. I'm there, not me, but my program staff are there 1 hour a week, and it's a lot of work for that 1 hour. Right. I can't imagine a 5-day week as, a teacher or a principal
6
or
hours a day.
Great. Yeah. It's we want to take, I talk to the superintendents and the principals, and if there's a problem, luckily we've been fine, knock on wood. But if I'm getting involved, then there's an issue. And honestly, it's been great. And we want to take stress off of the school district. We want to add, we want to be an additive. Yes, we're going to help with your making sure the homework's done, or, what do you want us to focus on? That's what I always say to my program staff. It's what do they need to be focusing on right now? What are the teachers sending down? Make it help them. And I know that there's certain, requirements in the state and all of that. And we just want to be a resource to benefit the schools, come alongside the schools and help them out.
Does it seem like that does help their grades, having somebody help them?
So we have surveys. So we are, and that's one thing about Big Brothers Big Sisters is that we are evidence-based, that our program does work. So we have surveys annually with the students, and then if they're matched in a community, we have like match surveys too. And so it's one-on-one surveys and then match surveys to see, is it a good thing? Are they benefiting from it? Has their attendance improved? Have their grades improved? They have to report what grades they're getting in each class. And so in my system that we keep track of, I can run a report and see. And that's the one good thing if I would have to go to a school and say, this is what we're doing, I have proof, which is good also on the funding side of it. So if a grant, if I get awarded a grant, and they're like, okay, well, show me what you did that year. I can. And that's one thing about Big Brothers Big Sisters. Like the evidence base is really great. It shows that that it's working or not working. And then we could rematch that person, Right. My staff do what we call match support. So depending on how long they've been matched, if you're first matched, it's every month that you get a call from a staff member. And it is, they talk to the big, they talk to the little, and they talk to the parent or guardian. And that is just to make sure that they are matched appropriately, they are following the rules. Like community, we ask safety questions, when you ride in the car, where do you sit? Do you wear your seatbelt? If they go swimming, where are you changing? Like we have a whole slew of safety questions. And so that match support is done monthly. And then once they've hit a year of being together, then it goes quarterly.
Okay.
But we are constantly reaching out to all parties involved to make sure that this is still a productive match, that, we're constantly in communication, and it's to benefit the match, but also to make sure that everything is appropriate.
So how do you, if you have a child that's in elementary school and you want to be a part of the program, how do you go about that?
So contact your school. We are referral based in the school districts. So like I said, Rochester, Beaver Falls, New Brighton, Freedom, and Southside. Contact your elementary school guidance counselor, and they will provide you the program. Oh my gosh.
The criteria? No?
The application.
The application. Okay,
My
gotcha.
mind just went blank. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Oh my gosh. The application. And then, but honestly, if you call our office, we can do that too, but we would just have to tell the school. So the school is referring the kids to us that would benefit the most.
Gotcha.
Now, if you say you didn't even know this program existed, but you want your kid to be involved, contact the school, but you can also contact us because we talk to the schools constantly as well. And then if you're a high school parent, it would be the same thing. Contact the guidance counselor. But again, send us an email, call us. Someone is always there. Leave a message. We will always get back to you. So it could be either one, but we really do try to go through the schools for that just because they know those kids the best and can refer them. And then we do try to involve the schools too in those matches because we want the match to last. So yes, we interview them for an hour, but these, like the secretaries and the guidance counselors and the teachers, they've been with these kids forever. So we do sometimes ask them for their input of who, should be matched with who and who would get along and not get along. But yeah.
And this is something that goes on, starts at the beginning of the school year?
It starts at the beginning of the school year. I try to wait because we don't want to be a burden. And it's a fine line with working with schools, the back-to-school rush. I don't want to be a burden on the administration. So we do wait a little bit. We're late September, we'll start our middle to late September, we'll start our first program. And then we run until April because, again, we don't want to be a burden. The end of the school year, there's field trips, there's graduation, there's all different things. So we started ending our program the last week of April just to not interfere with what the school has going on. I've tried to be very mindful. I have a lot of friends that are teachers or principals, and, so I try to be as mindful as possible. Yeah.
All right. Tell us about you guys got an award for growth.
Yes.
So let's talk about that again.
We have a 2025 Growth Award. Mm-hmm. So honestly, I got an email from Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, and I thought it was spam. I'm like, there is no way. I was so proud, but I was like, we've been managing this and working so hard, and I'm like, this is fake. Like, there's no way. So it's not fake. There's 230 agencies in the nation, and there's 60 of them, which sounds like a lot, but we are one of the 60 that got a Growth Award. I did not apply for this. Like, normally you have to apply for, I did not apply. I got the email. I'm being awarded at our national conference this year, which is in June in Atlanta. So I'll be going and representing little old Beaver County on the national
That's awesome.
stage. Yeah, I'm very excited, putting us on the map a little bit.
You have to make sure you take pictures and stuff so we can share it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yes. I'm like a one-woman show at national because I go by myself.
Okay.
And so we hired a marketing firm, and they're like, you have to take this picture, you have to do this, you have to, and they give me instructions, and so you know how much I love being on camera, right?
Right.
So it's
Exactly. Yeah, that was the first thing. Am I on camera? Yeah.
And I was like, please tell me when.
Right. Exactly. So, well, give us some more information if somebody'd like to get more information, want to be a big, or they want to participate in one of the programs.
Yes. So easiest thing to do, follow us on social media. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Beaver County on Facebook and BC Bigs on Instagram. You will see everything on our social media sites, and then you can be directed from there. Like, we always post the link. We always have the website available, but you're going to go on our website to apply. I did automate that system, so it's not a paper application anymore. I want everyone to know. Like, PSA, it is not a paper application anymore. It is digital. It's online. You could do phone. You could do desktop. And it comes right to us, and then we will follow up with you. If you want to call and learn more before doing that, call us, 724-843-4600. We are there. Someone is there Monday through Friday. So please, we are happy to talk to you. We are happy to answer any questions. And then, like I said, we advertise everything on our social media. So that's going to be where you would go to see everything. But then you're directed to our website if you need to apply, if you want to learn more about your child, if you want to enroll your child, or if a fundraising event's coming up and you want to participate, that would be where we would direct you.
Well, Rachel, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the award. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We look forward to seeing all the, from when you're in Atlanta in June.
Yes, I will make sure I make sure I'm doing all of my things that are required of me. But yes, it's exciting. I'm happy. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to talk about it always. So thanks.
Right. Coming up next, Michael's in from Luann's Route 68. He's going to join us at 11 o'clock. Well, 11:10. No, we'll have news first before that here on Beaver County Radio.
If you own a company or a small business, you might have considered advertising on radio. It's smart